Good evening, VV Nation, and welcome to the channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here, glad to have you here. So what did we do last week this time? Last week this time, I gave you some of my hottest stock picks. I put them into a portfolio which was doing well. We're going to take a look at that portfolio. But I did ask for stocks to type into the comments last week, and we were going to look at your stocks, and we're going to create a portfolio based off of your stocks that could be the next hottest stocks out there. So I'm going to use the power of the VectorVest software, the power of the graph, trading the chart, not my heart, to determine which stocks I'm going to put into your portfolio. If that's something you're interested in, stick right here. Stay to the end because I think it's going to be a powerful, powerful thing all the way through. All right, with this, let's get right into the software. Here's your stocks. I went to the comments and I picked up all of the stocks that you typed in, starting from Hood to AZ, ASM, Dave, Sezzle, CLS. I'm sure you're going to see one of the stocks that you put in there. I tried to get everybody's stocks. I don't know what names associate with these stocks except for I just put them into the watch list. And from the standpoint of just putting them into the watch list, they're automatically sorted by VST. So the stocks with the best combination of value, safety, timing, and already going to come to the top of the list. CLS, just looking at hot stock, CLS is the best combination of value, safety, and timing, followed by ASM, which is a powerhouse silver play. That is probably one of my favorite plays for the mining gold silver space. Interesting thing about that, though, depending on what's going on with the tariffs, if tariff news is bad, gold stocks move up. If tariff news is good, and right now China and the U.S. are in London possibly hashing out a deal, that's not going to bode well for gold and silver stocks. Just keep that in mind. But right now, by VST, it is number 2 in the list, followed by Hood, which has just been on a tear. But as I record this video right now, ASM is going down, CLS is going down, Hood is going down. Doesn't mean that they won't make the list for your picks as the next hottest stock. AMD is up today, high VST in the fourth level or fourth in line for VST, followed by Dave. I don't know much about Dave. It's down today, but it's got a great VST. Going down the list, Dell, CCL, Carnival. All right, Sezzle has been on the tear, but right now, look at that big day pulling back. That makes sense as the stock keeps going up. Stocks don't go up forever. This seems like it's okay that it's going down today. If you're in it, though, just be careful. Just be careful. AZ again, SMR. Nuclear is a good play, down about 0.25% today. Coilweave has been on a tear, up and then down and then up again. Let's go see if it makes the top list today of out of your picks, out of my customer picks, you guys, which makes the top 5. I'm looking for the top 5 that I can find. All right, so we're going to start off by just sorting by VST. If I'm looking for hot stocks, I always want RT, short-term price trend of the stock, cast on the scale between 0 and 2. RT above 1, the stock's in an uptrend. The higher above 1 it is, closer to 2 it is, the faster in an uptrend it is. ASM, again, gold, silver, rocking and rolling. Hood, rocking and rolling. CLS, even though these stocks are down today, they are in big uptrends. Again, this makes sense. If it's that much of an uptrend and moving up, it's okay to take a reprieve day. Doesn't mean it's out of the running for one of the top stocks in the list. All right. Coilweave again, all the way down, and blah, 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 blah. So now that's looking at some of the VectorVest, the power of some of the VectorVest indicators, looking at VST, looking at RT. How about if I'm looking for hot stocks to have sustainability? How about CI, Comfort Index? Comfort Index is a stock's ability to withstand long and lengthy price declines. These are stocks that when they do go down like today, they're resilient enough to rebound and go up in the next couple of days. High CI stocks is a really good way to find good, sustainable stocks that have good uptrends. Already in an uptrend, CI says it's got a high probability of keep going up. So that's a good thing. High CI stocks. Hood, notice that some of these stocks are staying at the top of the list no matter what indicator I rank by. That's a positive sign to make sure that these are going to be stocks that could be chosen. Another thing I like, earnings growth rate to be in double digits. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. So every one of these stocks have an earnings growth rate. I'd like the double-digit ones. Some of them are not, but we're going to keep a lookout out for them. So what I'm going to do right now, after I've done some analysis with the VectorVest software, where the rubber meets the road is looking at the graphs. So I'm going to graph them all, And because I'm looking for hot stocks, I'm going to use one of my go-to graphs, which is the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average. Definitely shows when there's trend, but it does get me out fast enough so that I don't take big losses on some of these stocks. And it does have an opportunity to get me in quick enough so I can take advantage of the stock at an early price. Right now, looking at Hood, coming off the high, and I am looking at a 3-month graph, coming off the high, watching the 3 and the 8 today, and a level of support sitting at the value of 71.91. Couple of things I'm looking at is trading at 71.82. So it's already a little bit below that level of support. Again, as I record this live, I'm keeping my eye on Hood. I may like the stock long term, but right now watching as an early exit price, watching the 3 and the 8 closing in together, also at a level of support. What I'm going to tell you about Hood, I wouldn't mind taking half off the table. A little bit of a shooting star candlestick right there, or a graveyard doji, gravestone doji, also moving down as well. I wouldn't be mad if you took half off the table. Let's go to the next stock. Looking at AZ. I don't know much about A to Z smart tech, but it's in the aerospace and defense space. I do like the move up. I like that today, as I record, the 3 just went above the 8 exponential moving average. It is above values, overvalued, but value is rising. I'm going to write this one down, AZ. I think that's Jay-Z's brother. I don't know. Anyway, it is going to catch headwinds right here at about $8.91. What is that? $9.91. So you have an opportunity to make close to a little less than $1. I'm going to tell you, if you're not in it, I do like the 3-8 cross. I like the open candle. I like the wick at the bottom. Shows me some buying pressure. Volume concerns me. Long term, though, I do like that earnings per share is rising. I'm going to write down the AZ as one of the possible picks. All right, let's go to the next one. ASM, killer stock. Right now, though, I'm keeping my eye on it. Coming off this high, 2 days down. The 3 is still above the 8. If you own it, keep it until I watch the 3 and the 8, the 3 exponential moving average crossing below the 8 exponential moving average. I'm probably going to just keep good eyes on it, maybe tighten stops on it. I don't want to lose all this profit. That's a beautiful profit. Don't give it all back. I am watching the 3 and the 8. I got no level of support, but I do have the 3 and the 8. I'd watch that on an end-of-day basis. I don't close it intraday, though, on an intraday basis. Dave, I do like the move up. Down day today, I'm not going to buy a stock on a down day. Why? I want to buy into a stock as it's doing what I want it to do, which is go up in price. But if you own it, leave it alone. I don't like the down day today, but I do like long-term if you're in it. Earnings per share is rising. I'm going to tell you, if you own it, leave it alone, but I don't know if it's going to make the list today. Let's go to the next stock. Sezzle was on a run. Look at that. Up. There's the trend line. Trade the trend. The 3 is still above the 8, but it is pulling back. But I'm going to tell you, you also use the 3 and the 8 to get out of the stock. I do like the the value is rising, even though the stock is overvalued, but earnings is rising as well. Be careful with this one. If you own it, I'm not going to be afraid if it closes, if 3 closes below the 8 or the green line goes below the red, that you take some of that off the table. That's a lot of profit right there. If you got in early, that's a lot of profit. Don't give that all back. CLS, down day today, retracing right from resistance. The 3 and the 8 are very close to closing, changing below, right? Undervalued, rising value, new 3-month high. But I'm watching today's activity and the 3 and the 8 end of day. Be careful with that. I like the stock long term, but right now it could be giving you signs of taking profit. Next one, Coilweave, another stock that's been on the run. Down day today, creating something called a bearish harami going into tomorrow. I'd look for confirmation tomorrow, but look at the 3 still above the 8, and it's at a level of support. I don't know if it's doing exactly what I want it to do right now, but if you own it, I'm not going to tell you to close it, but be careful if it closes below that level of support. Take some of that off the table, especially if you got profit. Saab, I'm not feeling that. End of day, the 3 is already below the 8. That's not going to make the list today. Looking at SMR, I do like nuclear power. Let me go draw this trend line. It is in an uptrend. Watch today's candle. Shooting star, possible reversal. If you're in it, the 3 is still above the 8, but that is an early signal. That the stock could be set and poised to start to move down. I do love the trend line. Watch, the 3 is clearly above the 8, but watch the signal. That's not going to make my list today. I'm looking for something that's moving up today as well. BBAI, look at the trend line from the high, moving lower, broke below a level of support. The 3 is currently crossing below the 8. Ooh, if you own it, you might be on the lookout to start to closing some of that position down. MO. Somebody said the MO has made them a lot of money. I do like that it's undervalued, but I'm watching the 3 and the 8 crossing a couple of days ago. I wouldn't be mad at you if you took some of that off the table. Long term, I do like the rising earnings per share. But right now, it's not doing what you want it to do. I want to find the hottest stocks that are doing what I want them to do right now, right? Like CCL, the 3 and the 8 are still, the 3 is still above the 8, right at resistance. Resistance at 27.20 right now. We at 24. We got some move to the upside. I'm going to write down CCL. So we wrote down AZ. CCL, undervalued, rising value, rising earnings per share. I like that. And it's doing what I want it to do right now, which is still go up in price. So I'm okay with that. If you own it, leave it alone. And this is probably going to be one of the top 5 we take. What else? Step. I'm not feeling that end of day trending lower from the high. The 3 just crossed below the 8 today. All right. Overvalued value is falling. RT still above 1, but starting to fall as well. Earnings per share long term is not rising. I'm not feeling this as a hottest stock right now. Looking at silver, again, depending on what goes on with the U.S. and China, these silver and gold stocks are going to get hit. All right, if the news is positive, silver and gold will be hit. Right now, down day, if you own it, though, SLV, if you own it, the 3 is still above the 8 nicely. I'm going to tell you to hold on to it. Don't get rid of it. Watch the 3 and the 8. Or in this case, because the 3 is so far above the 8, I would use the 3. If it closes below the 3, that might be a good early exit out of the stock to capture profit. Next one. Ooh, I like this one. AMD. Let me write that down. AMD. Love the bump up in earnings. RT confirms that the stock's in an uptrend. Undervalued, rising value, nice up day to day. Trend line is in place. The 3 still above the 8. Yep, I'm writing down AMD as one of those stocks. Next one, looking at Dell. Dell is moving up. It does have an upward trend. Right at support, broke through it as level of support. And testing it, and it broke through a level of resistance. Now testing as a level of support. I do like long-term the earnings per share. RT confirms the stock's in the uptrend. Undervalued, rising value. I need a little bit more confirmation because right now it broke above resistance and now testing it as support. Let me go see if there's a better stock. Let's go to the next one. I need to write down Dell just to be on the safe side. DELL. Looking at SRM. I don't know anything about this stock. The stock is moving up to 3, is clearly above the 8, stopping at resistance. And this is a cheap stock, right? Resistance at 85 cents. 85 cents. I need a little bit more volume on a low dollar stock like this, number one. Number 2, earnings per share is getting better, even though it's still negative. Earnings per share is negative 37 cents, but it is getting better. RT tells me that it is in an uptrend. I'd be careful with this. This would be one of my speculative plays. But I can't deny that the 3 is clearly above the 8. I don't think I'm going to make this one of the top hot stocks. I'm going to write this down on the side, SRM next to Dell, SRM. I do like the 3 is above the 8. I see the wick right at resistance. If you own this because you wrote this down, I'm not mad at you, but this is more of a speculative play being a lower dollar stock. Relative value is below 1. Relative safety is below 1. This is more of a speculative play. All right, let's go to the next stock. Qs. I don't know why someone gave me the Qs to the downside. Not yet. The market's not telling me it's ready to play to the downside yet. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks written down. Which one did I say? CCL, the Dell, the SRM, and my other 2 stocks. My main stocks are AZ, CCL, AMD. My other 2 speculative plays, I will take Dell. There's Dell. SRM is going to be a speculative play. I need you all to know that. It is going to be a speculative play. I cannot deny the graph, though. It's going to be a speculative play. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to add these to your portfolio. Add the portfolio. I created one for you, 2025 customer hot picks. There you go. This is going to be a $20,000 portfolio. We're going to take $5,000 per position. I don't like taking $5,000 position on an 80-cent stock. Customer hot picks. but I'm gonna do it buy, spend 20,000. Just gonna put 5,000 or 4,000 per position. Here's the 5 stocks. AMD, you know what stock I'm liking the most out of it? The big name stock, AMD. I like AMD a lot. All right, let's go view the stock graph again. I like AMD a lot. End of day, there you go. Nicely moving higher, new 3-month high, undervalued, rising value. AMD is my stock pick, my hot stock pick for you guys out of this list. CCL I do like as well. View the stock graph. Like that undervalued, rising value. Look at that rising earnings per share. So there's 2 of them. I do like AMD. I do like CCL out of the list. So here's my stock pick list by way of the analysis. No news by way of the analysis. Looking at the stock picks so far, this portfolio is slightly up just a little bit. We'll look at it again next week. Compared to mine, portfolios compared to mine, Glenn, hottest stocks to buy, it's only up 7.75%. I want to show you what happened with the stocks that I did get last week. Trade history. Let's click on close. We had PODD. We closed out at almost an 0.8% win. This gold stock, a lot of you didn't know, we made about 0.4%. Hood, we lost a little bit, 2.92%. AVGO, we lost a little bit. And I have tight stops on these. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about them. I've got tight stops on them. Let me edit and show you what they are. Edit. And it's 2% below the prior day's low price. So this allows the runners to run, but if they go 2% below the prior day's low, it'll close out. All right, so that's what I got is the stops. Let's go save this. All right, my portfolio, the hottest stocks. And when it comes time for make another video, I'll make another hottest stocks to buy video, and I'll add more stocks. Right now it's at 775, and the portfolio sitting in cash. We just made one for you guys, customer hot picks. Slightly down, but next week we'll take a look at it and see what has happened. All right, if you like this video, hit the like button. I like doing these and showing you how we look for some of the best stocks. We took your stocks this week and we went through them to find out which ones were the best one to put into a portfolio for you. Hopefully you appreciate it. If you're brand new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when new videos like this come out. All right, if you got any other stocks that you want to take a look at, put them into the comments. And maybe I'll do a 3rd week of looking at your stocks as well to see which ones are the hottest stocks. Depending on what's going on in the market, I may do another hottest stocks to buy video next week as well. We'll all see. All right, folks, this video is over.